Hey everybody, I'm Jackie, a Marketing Account Manager at Dirigo Design and Development. And for today's DirigoEdge tutorial, I'll be introducing you to responsive images with DirigoEdge. This is a 200-level series tutorial intended for more advanced users who have a deeper understanding of HTML and web best practices. We constantly battle clients who upload massive images to their websites. High-resolution photos taken with an iPhone 6 camera are typically 2 to 6 megapixels in size. That's because they are taken at an 8 megapixel resolution. When a user comes to your site on their phone and views a full resolution image, it will likely be displayed at around 320 pixels wide. That means you're forcing your user to download up to 100 times more data than they need. For at least 2 years now, DirigoEdge has had a dynamic image resizing function. Dynamic image resizing allows a user to put an extremely high-resolution image into the media gallery and have that super large image resized to a smaller, more appropriate image on the fly and in real time. We get this functionality from a piece of code called Image Resizer, which is a NuGet package. Most all CMS systems in the .NET ecosystem have the ability to utilize Image Resizer, and DirigoEdge baked Image Resizer into the platform from the start. Our first example of image resizing is Audiophile Magazine. The Audiophile client uploads a high-resolution image into the Covers folder in the Media Manager at 2500 by 2500 pixels or greater. Take a look at the path for the upload. When we output that image to the audiobook review page, we call that image from a phantom path called images/480 by 480. That path is specified in the application code as being a route for the image resizer code. On first call of this URL, the code looks for the image 91202 JPEG on the file system, and if it can't be found, the code makes an image in real time and places it on the file system. The whole process takes less than a few microseconds. Note that the original image is stored in the Media Manager. To use the dynamic image resizing code, you have to use the phantom path, and that path must be set up in the application code file, shown at the end of this tutorial. So there we have it. We've optimized a massive image to an image size that the code expects, and we've done so automatically and on the fly. This solves several problems. First, it fixes the age-old problem of clients uploading huge graphics because they don't know how to resize them, and it vastly speeds up the loading time of the web page. We've used code like this since early 2012, but why is it important? Because the amount of time your website takes to load has a direct impact on the success of your website, including its ranking on Google. We've always taken performance optimization seriously. Optimizing assets, minimizing requests, and compressing files from the server is a best practice. But the above method falls apart as you get lower resolution devices, especially for huge background images like this one. In the past, we've jumped through hoops to set responsive breakpoints that will pull smaller images into the browser. The problem with this method is that it's not very user-friendly, and it takes extra time. Setting breakpoints in the code and pulling different image sizes for different resolutions has historically only been manageable by experienced coders. We've been able to execute this type of code on heavily curated pages, but not on user-generated content. Just recently, we've begun to implement responsive images in our code using the new sourceSet attribute of the image tag. This code is only natively supported in the newest browsers. As a fallback, we use a lightweight script called PictureFill to handle non-compliant browsers. Let's take a look at the new image in sourceSet code. Notice that we have an image location followed by a width. This tells the browser which sizes it has to choose from. We also tell the browser how large the image will appear on the screen, and it finds the best match for that device. In this code, sizes have a single value of 100 viewport width, which means an image should fill 100% of the viewport width. So now we have a method to tailor images to the smartphone or tablet or super huge screens with 326 pixel per inch resolution. The benefit is that we have maximum image quality and page load times. Use of this code is especially important with smartphones where the time it takes to load a page is most critical. End users want to place a picture with the click of a button and forget about the complicated mumbo-jumbo. Placing images is a major issue when using the image sourceSet method. Modern file editors like TinyMCE and the CK editor, which are used in most all CMS systems, don't support this new method. Image managers and galleries don't natively support dynamic image resizing. We don't want you to have to include complex HTML every time you want to include an image. So here's what we did. If you're using a stock version of DirigoEdge, inserting an image through Code Edit or the WYSIWYG editor will generate a shortcode. A shortcode is a tag in the code that gets replaced when the page is rendered. It's best that I just show you how it all works. To do so, I'm going to place an image through the code editor. Note the shortcode. The use of shortcodes like this is not standard HTML code. It's DirigoEdge specific. Now let's place an image through the WYSIWYG editor. Now let's look at the page in our browser. When the web page is rendered, the shortcode is replaced with the appropriate HTML code, and all the smaller images are manufactured by the server from the original high-resolution image, using dynamic image resizing. To make things easy, the web developer has set the breakpoint and common sizes in the application code. Let's take a look at the source code. The shortcode has been replaced with an image tag with multiple source sets. This is how we've tackled responsive images for now. We expect the new image source set attribute to be fully supported by all browsers shortly. If you want to override using this responsive image solution, you can do so by coding standard HTML in the code view. We hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have questions, a Dirigo team member is only a phone call or an email away. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for another DirigoEdge tutorial.